I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Taur'ee Campbell podcast.
Hello and welcome to Conversations with Tony on Taur'ee Campbell, the podcast. Guess what? She not here. This is a takeover episode, and I am your host, her awesome husband, Tyrone Campbell. This is a show for my Gen X warriors where we talk about all of our challenges and victories in life. And on this episode, the push and choice of higher education for parents and students. So tell me, did you go to college? Did you feel any pressure to pursue higher education? Did you know what you wanted to do as a high school student? Well, on today's show, my co-host and I will dive deep into a conversation about the push and choice of higher education for parents and students. Right after a word from our sponsor, I will be back with my co-host for today, Taur'ee Campbell, my firstborn. So stay tuned.
1 2 1 2, and I say this is Tide Controller, and I'm here to talk about Dip Square. Dip Square is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at Dip Square. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code ILOVETEES. That's ILOVETEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at Dip Square. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. dipsquare.com.
I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Taur'ee Campbell podcast.
Welcome back. Today we're talking about the push and choice of higher education for parents and students. My co-host for today is Taur'ee Campbell, my firstborn, and one of our oldest two sons. What's up, Taur'ee?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. So pretty much, hey, everybody in the audience, I told Tony to go to the store, and I hijacked the studio so we can do these podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Because she getting all of the shine out there. So I was trying to, talk to her audience and take over. So that being said, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Just
awesome.
Woke up, had breakfast. I'm good.
Okay, we had to know all of that.
No, you had to know all of that.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Very
all
important.
right, well, let's get into it. Okay, so currently you have 2 degrees. You have an associate's from Bergen Community College and a bachelor's from Rutgers. So tell me, how did you choose your higher education path?
Well, I guess we got to go back to high school, senior year, where that's like, only thing that really matters is everyone's like asking you, what college you applying to? Where are you going to go? Like, that was just a big question looming over our heads as high school seniors. And, really trying to remember, I feel like I wasn't sure. I definitely wasn't really sure what school I wanted to go to. Like, some people were like, they just know what I like, I'm going to Yale, I'm going to Harvard, I'm going to something tech. Like, they just know. Like, there's some kids who just know, maybe because their parents went, or it's an Ivy League, or it's a school that specializes in their field. Like, they just like definitely knew like their top school. Me, I didn't really have that. I was just kind of just looking around locally in New Jersey. That's where I'm from. That's where I currently live. Schools around there. I remember applying to, I think, like St. John's in New York, some art schools, we went to Art Institute.
Yeah, well, pretty much you came down here.
Yeah, I came down here. We did like a little tour of colleges in Georgia in case I came down here.
You came down here.
Georgia State.
Yeah, we went to Georgia
Art Institutes.
State. Art, yeah, and at the Art Institute, they were really talking to you about like animation and on that type of path. Animation, working at Pixar and Disney. They kept saying, "Oh, you can work at Pixar." But I think the when you came down here, it would just being the parent. For the audience, our background is we lived in Jersey, and then me and your mom broke up, and I was living I went from Brooklyn to Connecticut, so I was pretty much weekend dad. So I saw you on the weekends, and then you was about 10 when I moved down to Georgia.
Yeah.
So we continue to raise you long distance. But I think the interesting thing was I was like, okay, Tori's at a high school, so he could come down here and go to college. So that was my thought process. So I'm like, well, come on down and we go look at some schools down here. One which was the Art Institute, and the other was Georgia State, right? Yeah. And so the thing that I remember, even though we went to the schools, like you wasn't really feeling it. So, no disrespect to the South, but Taur'ee wasn't feeling down here. But also, you as a parent, what I saw was you really didn't want to be away from your friends, because pretty much every summer you would come down here. And then when you graduated high school, it was like, dude, you ain't even got to come down here, because I know how it is. And this is probably your last time to be with your friends before you grow up and go to college and things like that. But you wanted to kind of stay close to your friends. And I understood that. I didn't trip on that. So let me ask you another question. Did you even want to go to college?
No, I did. I definitely did. Okay. Yeah.
I can say in my experience, did I want to go? Yeah, I wanted to go to college too.
I just didn't know what for, but I just wanted to go.
You're skipping ahead. No. But as I'm going back to, I got out of high school in 86. So I got out of high school in 1986, and I wanted to go to college, but I think I wasn't pursuing my gifts. I was kind of chasing money. And what I mean by that, I was told by, one of my teachers, oh, yeah, you can be an actuary, because I was very good in math. You can be an actuary and you can make like 6 figures. So I'm like, oh, I can make a whole bunch of money. Let me go see how to become an actuary. And that was not a good decision. You have to study to be an actuary. And I had very poor study skills. I was very bright, very smart, think outside of the box, critical thinking. I mean, I'm a very smart guy, but when it came to studying, I wasn't going to read those.
Yeah, just like absorbing information.
I wasn't going to read those 20 people. No, I wasn't good at even reading doing the work. In high school, I didn't do the work. I just took the test and passed. Because I'm like, that just makes sense, it's cold outside, which, process of elimination. I understood how to take a test.
Yeah.
And I understood the information that was presented. So when it came time to doing the actual work, I didn't do it. So therefore, me trying to jump into this actuarial program was not good. But let's get back to you. So you did want to go to college. You just didn't know what you wanted to study.
I feel like I thought I knew, because originally I think animation was the main interest, which is art related, of course, because that was my thing. But I just didn't know. I didn't know what college I wanted to go to that would fit that the best. And so yeah, it was just a lot of questions in the air, a lot of vagueness. Like, I feel like I kind of knew, but not exactly, or like I thought I knew, like I said.
Okay, so you mentioned art is your thing. So like,
At what age did you know that art was your thing?
Like, professionally wise, like career wise?
No, like just because like, part of the topic is about your gift. So, how did you know that you had a gift for art?
I think very young. Like, I think I knew how much I loved like art. Like, I was just coloring and drawing like all the time. Like, if I had free time as a child, I mostly spent it doing that. Like, even more than video games. And, you know, I love video games as well.
Right.
But even more than that, yeah, you just saw me with a piece of paper and a pencil in my hand, just drawing away. Give me a crayon box. Like, if you want to keep me quiet as a kid, just give me a piece of paper and a bunch of crayons. And I'll be quiet for hours.
Wow. Okay.
Just drawing.
So, so obviously you have this art gift, and how did that, how did you decide what to pursue based on your art, your love for art in college? How did you decide that?
It's funny because I think even though I liked art as a kid, I didn't really see myself pursuing it in college in any sort of way. At first, like, I don't think that happened until like towards the end of high school, to be very honest with you. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I did. Like, I would take all my little toys and action figures and stuffed animals, I swear, and I would just like line them up on my bed, and I would pretend to be a teacher. My mom could tell you these stories. I would pretend to be a teacher. Like, I'm having, like, you know, like kids like play like house or whatever. I would play teacher. Got it. Wow. For some reason, I'm not sure why. I just wanted to do that.
Okay.
But I think later on in life, I just kind of, I don't know, I just grew from that. I just didn't want to be a teacher anymore. I don't know where. I don't know exactly why. I just didn't. I just lost interest in that.
Okay.
And then I guess that's where, you know, you're in high school, so the big questions over your head again, like, oh, what are you going to do, like, as an adult? It's like, what's your next path in life?
Got it.
So then I just started thinking, hey, I'm still drawing. I like this. Are there jobs in this? People, yeah, of course people do this. Like, that's what I'm thinking to myself. And then I think, like, in middle school and high school, I really got into anime and just comic books more
those
in general.
Manga books.
Yeah. So then I really started to see how people make careers out of comic books and animation, television. So then that's where my mind started to steer along those lines. Oh, okay, maybe this is something I can pursue in college.
So, all right. So we already established that you went to not only one, but you went to two schools.
Yes, went to two schools.
Were you pressured as a young person into going to college?
Pressured by my parents?
Right. Well, yeah.
I think yes, but I don't want to say pressured like in a bad way. Like I was forced to go to college, but I definitely think you and mom wanted me to go to college.
Yeah, us wanting you to go to college and saying you're going to go to college are two different things.
True.
Of course, we want, as a parent, we want our children to be better than us or to have better opportunity. I can tell you, when I wasn't necessarily pressured to go to college by my mom. I wasn't pressured. She wanted me to go, but I wasn't pressured. It wasn't that finger like you better go or else. But I guarantee you, when it didn't work out for me, I was pressured to go get you a job and contribute to these bills, because you're not going to be just sitting up in my house type of deal.
Oh, so, okay. Oh, well, then to answer your question, no, then I wasn't pressured to go to college.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not.
So we, as your parents, didn't pressure you. Do you think there was maybe peer pressure, like, or pressure from society?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Said, if you don't go to college, then you're a bum or whatever.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, definitely. Especially in school. Like I said, just senior year, that was just like the big thing. Like, we had classes, well, not classes about like going to college, but I think like assemblies talking about that. We had like the college what's the college days?
College fairs.
The college fair. I was looking for the word. The college fairs. Yeah, it was a very big part of senior year. So you did feel that pressure to go to college, especially with the SAT.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right,
that as
right,
well.
Right,
like the whole point of
SAT.
SAT was like you need high scores, right? You're not getting into this college. You're going to be in some bad college.
Yeah, and the funny part is there's no such thing as bad college, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of an oxymoron. Oh, is this a bad college? No, it's not a bad college. It's just a different college.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we will continue this discussion about the push and choice of higher education for parents and students.
1 2 1 2, and I say this is Tide Controller, and I'm here to talk about Dip Square. Dip Square is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at Dip Square. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code I Love Tees. That's I Love TEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at Dip Square. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. Dipsquare.com.
I guess you know what time it is. Yeah, I know, because it's about that time for the Tony G. Campbell podcast.
Well, we are back, and we're going to continue our conversation about the push and choice of higher education for parents and students. So I want to do a shift in the conversation. I'm going to talk from the parent perspective, and I want you to talk from the student perspective. But I want you to kind of think back to your high school, when you're a senior in high school. So I want to set this up as I think if I recall, you were undecided about college. Mm-hmm. And so it was funny because as a parent, I'm like, this dude he don't know what he want to do. I know you wanted to stay up north, mm-hmm. And I didn't have a problem with that, but I'm like, this dude don't know what he want to do. So I said, look, go to Bergen Community College, where one of my best friends works there, Aretha Harrison. Shout out Aretha.
Hey.
So I said, look, go and just talk to Aretha and see what you can do. I knew it was it's community college, it's a state school, so you should be able to at least go there and be undecided and not spend a bunch of money. So when I told you to do that, what was your reaction, if you can recall?
Well, first I need to give context about that community college, like the perception of that community college within like my high school, maybe Jersey in general. So from what I remember, I feel like people, if you told you went to Bergen Community College, it's not like you would have got laughed at, but it kind of would have gotten like a mild reaction, kind of like a really like like community college, like it's because it's not the same as like a university. Like the perception of a community college is not the same as the perception of a state school or university. Mm-hmm. Like it almost seems like a lesser college, like a quote unquote bad college.
Like high school part 2.
Yes, literally. Yeah. That's what everyone in high school said. Like, yo, this is going to be high school part 2. They called it 13th grade. Yeah. That's literally what people would call it. Would call that school, or I guess any community college in general. Mm-hmm. So I think with that in my mind, that kind of contributed to my sort of mild reaction to you saying that, or just my indifference, my slight reluctance to go there.
Yes.
Because, especially when you're like younger, you really care about what other people think a lot more. It's hard to like break from that. So I didn't want to go to a college that would have been perceived as like bad, quote unquote.
Right.
Or, just lesser than like beneath, inferior, all those adjectives, all those words. So I think when you first proposed that idea, again, I didn't really know. Like I said, I didn't know what school I wanted to go to, but I knew I wanted to go like to a good school. I don't know. I'm not saying I wanted to go like I'm not saying I wanted to go to like an Ivy League necessarily, but just like a school that if you tell people you go there, like, oh, that's cool, that's what's up, man. You know?
Yeah.
You want that clout.
Right.
Oh,
that's
you went to you went there. Oh, snap. That street cred. You know, like Bergen had no street cred.
Gotcha.
That's what it felt like anyway. That's what it felt like.
Got it.
But I think later on, I'm trying to think. It's so hard to remember. What made me say, okay, I'll just go to Bergen. I think at that point, like I said, I just admitted to myself, I don't know what I want to do. So why not just go there and figure it out? And then, I think I did talk to Aretha.
Yeah, you went. Yeah,
and that actually did help me. Yep. She gave me a lot of insight because she's actually. Did she go there too?
No, she works there.
Oh, so she worked there.
She like from. I think one thing about Aretha, she was always encouraging the all her family members and nieces and nephews. Look, if you ain't doing nothing, get into school. Mm-hmm. You know. It's a 2-year school. You'll get your associate's degree. Mm-hmm. It's like no harm, no foul, because you're not going to go into super debt going to community college. But I do understand exactly what you were saying about community college, because I had a attitude or a chip on my shoulder when I got kicked out of real college, quote unquote. I went to University of Hartford and got academically kicked out of school because of my bad study skills. And you know, when you have never studied or don't know how to study, and someone's like, well, read these 5 chapters, and you're like, 5 chapters, like
in one day.
I'm not reading. Right, I'm not reading that. So my stubbornness allowed me to get kicked out of school, and I take full responsibility for that. So when you get kicked out of school, you can't return to a school for at least 6 months.
Wait, that school or a school?
Any school.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So it's academic
probation. Is that a term?
First you get probation, then you get kicked out.
Oh, okay.
So I was on probation after the first semester, and then after the second semester of still not improving, they're like, "Well, you just can't continue here," and I'm like, "Okay, that's no problem." So then I had to go work and all that good stuff, and then I'm like, "Well, I'll go to the community college." Borough of Manhattan Community College, a great school. Just my maturity level as a student sucked, and I didn't want to go to that school because that was 13th grade. You know, it was like it's high school. You know, to me it was like high school, and also I started making some money. You know, I'm working and all that stuff. So that my path was not through college to where I am today. If I can do it all over again, I would have learned study skills probably from 6th grade, middle school, because you don't just learn that overnight. But I'm grateful that I've always remained a student of everything, and YouTube is my best friend. So anything I want to learn, I go to YouTube.
Oh, me too, yeah.
So getting back to the conversation about us talking to Aretha, she's like, look, send him to me, because I think I called her first. She said, look, tell him to come to my office and I'll talk to him. So you went there, you talked to her, and then after the conversation, you enrolled at Bergen Community.
Yeah.
And for clarification out there, remember, I'm 1,000 miles away. I'm living in Atlanta. You're in New Jersey. So all I know is the only thing our conversations are pretty much just check-ins. Hey man, how's everything? Oh, everything's good. So I don't know if you're struggling in a subject or whatever. All I know is you doing fantastic at
school. So tell us a little bit about your experience at the community college once you got over the fact that it wasn't the quote unquote good school.
Okay, so basically, I enrolled there, got accepted. My SAT score in math was high enough. I didn't have to take any
remedials.
Remedials for math or English at all. So that was already great. When I got there, my major was originally animation. Mm-hmm. Now, I was surprised they had animation. Like, this community college is very unique. Mm-hmm. They're very accredited. It's constantly considered one of the top community colleges, I think, in the country, actually.
Wow.
Bergen Community College. And they hire a lot of great teachers. So when I went there, I had an overall really good experience. It was comforting to see, like, it wasn't just me there. Like, I'm thinking, oh, all my friends are going to go to universities and I'm not going to see any of my friends, or I'm not going to make new friends. But no, a lot of people chose my same path of going to community college for whatever reason, whether it was similar to mine, they weren't really sure what they're going to do, or maybe it was just to save money. That's a big thing. Community college. First 2 years of school, I paid nothing to go to school.
Wow.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
Well, I guess just buying textbooks.
Yeah, textbooks, right.
But tuition paid for. That was just due to me and my mother's financial situation and FAFSA, getting a grant, the Pell Grant from FAFSA.
Okay.
And it's a grant from the state. I forgot the name of that. But basically, the state and government paid for my first 2 years of school.
Well, I think it's designed that way. Also, community colleges is not like the universities where they're charging $20,000 and $30,000.
Especially, and then if it's a private school, it's like twice as much. Yeah,
but also in state.
Oh yeah, it's in state as well.
Now that was, and if you don't recall, when we were looking at how much it would cost for you to go to Georgia State,
out of state tuition,
out of state tuition versus in state. Oh man, it's like night and day. So you were still in a state school, and in the in the county you lived in, because you live in Bergen County. All right, so. Now, I do recall you had a lot of good grades. I think you were on Dean's List and things like that.
One semester, I was. Yeah.
So you made guess what? They can't take it away.
Oh, no, of course not.
One semester.
It's mostly A's, B's, a few C's, but yeah.
All right. So now, so let's translate to you're doing well. How did you decide to go to that Rutgers was going to be your school? Like, was it another college fair or something like that?
Rutgers was the school I actually least wanted to go to. Back in high school.
Wow.
Because, I don't know, I was rebellious as a teenager. Like, everyone went to Rutgers. Like, that was just the one school that was the most popular. Like, everyone wanted to go there in New Jersey. So I felt like I was going to see everybody from high school there again. And I'm like, why does everyone like this school so much? Like, it can't be that great. So just like one of those things where just like, why is it so popular? Like, I don't want to go there. Everyone wants to go there. But again, that was before I even decided to go to Bergen. So then when I'm about to graduate from Bergen, I decided I still wanted to be in state because, just save money that way.
Right.
And then I had a few friends who went to Rutgers, and I basically just asked them for like their experience. How did they feel there? Did they like it? So I basically asked for like hands-on review, like basically Yelp reviews for school from like people who actually went to the school. Because as I was applying, I just saw, Rutgers is there. Why not at least see, get an opinion of it, let me say, from other people, instead of just like judging it based off my own feelings.
That's crazy because, again, I'm, as the person that doesn't live in New Jersey, I mentioned, hey, my son's in Rutgers, and people are like, wow, that's a great school. Yeah. But you're saying like everybody's like, well, I'm going to Rutgers. I mean, so it's like the perception, you as the student.
It's not I thought the school was bad necessarily. Yeah. I was just like, I I didn't want to go where everyone else is going. That sounds dumb. But that's just me as a like 16, 17, 18-year-old.
Let me tell you me as the same age as 16, 17-year-old. Everybody was going to the state schools. So Rutgers, is that considered a state
That is
university?
a state school, yes. It's a public institution.
Okay, so in New York, because I grew up in New York, we had the state universities, SUNY State University.
Oh, like CUNY, SUNY.
Yeah, so CUNY is the city university.
Yes.
Then SUNY is state.
Yes.
So, but they have state universities like Binghamton and Albany State and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't want to go there because everybody's going there. So I
got that from you.
Yeah, you got that from me. I'm sorry. I put that in my DNA and handed that off to you. But I was totally wrong. And I need to apologize to my younger self because that is the worst, probably one of the worst decisions that I made, or the prejudice that I had towards continuing to go to school with everybody. Like, why wouldn't you want to go to school with everybody?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I'm just trying to be unique or trying to have my own identity outside of everybody when I should just went to school with everybody, because high school was the best time of my entire life. The time I spent with all of my high school students, shout out JFK 86. Those were some of the best people that I ever met in my life. And I'm 50 today, so I can go back 32, 33, 34 years to say shout out to everybody from John F. Kennedy High School in the Bronx. So I would have loved to have had
continued that with them,
to continue to ride with them. But it was just, I don't know what the arrogance was with me. Like, I don't want to be, I don't need to continue school with you people, whatever. So, but I was totally wrong. But I do understand where you're coming from when you're just like, well, everybody's going here. Like, I don't want to do that. So now you make this decision. Well, again, how did you?
Oh, also, so not just that, open house. So I went to the open house for a couple of schools. William Patterson was one of them. That's also New Jersey. And Rutgers, I went to open house. So I got to like directly compare those two schools. At that point, I was deciding between those two, I think, I also heard things about William Patterson. I had some friends who went there as well. And I think overall, just Rutgers just impressed me more at their open house. Like I said, I got better, more hands-on opinions from people who actually went there, people that I knew. So and then they had a curriculum that fit what I was interested in. Because towards the end of community college, I took a class on communication. Right. This field I never even heard of in my life. But long story short, it encompasses like sociology and psychology, like human behavior, and how it relates to how human beings communicate through various mediums, whether it's in person, whether it's through technology, whether it's through media, this and that. And that really interests me. So like for the first time, something other than art like really interested me. And so that's why I decided to take that major. But so just to get back to the point. So then Rutgers had a good curriculum for that. And I decided to go there. Okay. Yeah. And I enrolled and got accepted.
I would, let me see. The best thing I can tell you is one of the things that I've done is, I have the family tree record. So I can count on probably one hand of all of the males that have degrees in our family. So when we look at my father's lineage, if we go to my father, then to me, then to you, you're the first one. Okay. That has a degree. And then when we go to my mother's lineage, you have Eugene, Brenda, you, Kim, Shari, Chris. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of us as far as Campbells go that have. Oh, and Irv too. Irv is holding it down. So there's not a lot of us that have these degrees. Oh, then we can talk about Eugene with Siobhan. I know Zizi's in school.
Mm-hmm.
Amir graduated, and Zanaya's going to go to school. She's a high school senior.
Yeah,
she's about to go to school.
Yeah.
So it's only been the last generation, last two generations that have the secondary degrees.
Mm-hmm.
But we are still, business owners, and, I'm still a hustler and business owner and things like that. But I guess what I wanted to first say to you is, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was 4 years out of your life.
Was not easy.
Right. And guess what? It's not supposed to be. Because if it was easy, I wouldn't need them study skills, and I would have, I would have gotten through school because it would have been easy. But
just to do it within 4 years, not easy. They make it seem
That's
like
true.
you can do it in 4 years, but you really have to I took winter classes, summer. I was waiting to school.
You know what?
Stop.
You can do it in 4 years.
Yeah, you can
if you don't get a side job, but because you have, there's certain things that.
Oh yeah, I was working part time as well.
You was working, so it is challenging.
Yeah.
School.
You don't want to be broke while you're in school. You don't want to keep asking your parents for money. You want to
And I'm grateful for that. But
unless you're spoiled kids who just their parents give them money.
But now let's talk about money for example. So you mentioned that your community college, you didn't spend any money in a community.
I felt like I was getting paid to go to college. I got the refund checks.
So
almost $1,000 refund checks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what was your bill like when you got into Rutgers?
Okay, so Rutgers. So community college did not dorm. They don't even have dorms, so you have no choice but to commute. So obviously dorming or getting an apartment raises your cost of school. So Rutgers is in they have 3 different places. One is the one I went to was in New Brunswick, which is
that's the main campus.
That's the main campus. It's about a 45-minute commute from where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And this was to me an opportunity to get out the house for the first time, which I think everybody at that age wants, and to just start seeing more of the world out there that's outside of your neighborhood you grew up in. So I definitely wanted to dorm. I don't know if I really had a conversation with you and Mom, but yeah, I wanted to dorm, and I dormed. What was the question?
The question was the financial
running towards. Oh yeah, financial.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
how much did the last 2 years of Rutgers cost? Because you still dealing with financial
loans.
Aid, right?
Yeah, I had to take out loans for the first time, which was scary. I was like, whoa, I'm gonna borrow.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Money with commas and hella zeros that I don't have right now. I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to do this. This is a thing that people do.
Now I don't know what the number is. That's why I'm trying. What exactly was
right the number? Okay, right now, 15,000, 16,000.
That's it?
That's it. That's all I owe right now.
Dude.
And my student loans.
Let me okay.
Now, to me, that's still, when I came out of college, that still scared me. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. Because, I don't have a big boy job. I don't have but
oh my God.
But yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna tell you what's so surprising. In 1986, when I went to University of Hartford, it was $13,000 per semester.
Per semester?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So we're going back to. So I guess you consider that. No, university was that a public? I don't know. But out of state tuition.
Oh yeah, out of state tuition.
In University of Hartford, I lived in New York, and that was Connecticut. It's only 90 miles away, but still, $13,500. I remember that number. So that whole year would have been $26,000.
Yes.
4 years would have been $100. So you went to state school for 2 years, and you only out pocket $16,000.
Yes, that's it.
So the lesson is,
go to community college and then go to state school. Oh man, dude.
No, seriously, yeah.
Dude, I'm thinking you had spent at least $30,000-$40,000.
Oh no. I also so I had some financial aid as well. Right. Whatever was left, I had to take out a loan for.
Okay. Man.
Really? It was the dorming.
Yeah.
That's what made it cost more.
It is.
Yeah, because the tuition, it was still in-state tuition. Yeah, that's what made it cost more.
Wow. That's
like the last loan I took out. That was literally like a dorm. That wasn't even for tuition. That was just like a dorm.
Oh, well, I'm impressed. Okay, well, first, I want to say that I'm glad that even though you were reluctant, that you kind of listened to how I was trying to guide you. It was definitely number one to save some money and to save some time, because if you were undecided and it didn't work out, guess what? You were just in community college, and it has been like, whatever. And
oh yeah, because I ended up switching majors. So if I had done that and I realized, I didn't want to do this, then yeah, I would have just.
Or if you'd have went to Rutgers
first,
then you'd have been like 30, 40, 50,000.
Yeah, just you multiply that by 4.
Yeah,
or and then,
so okay,
yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do right now is, well, let me ask you one quick question before I go to this last break. So what advice would you give someone who is undecided?
I think it's okay, me personally, to not go to college immediately if you're not sure. I think that's something, because again, that pressure to go to college is not for everybody. Some people might just be better off going straight to work or just taking a break to really like explore life and figure out what they want to do. And if what they want to do entails going to college, then definitely go. I would definitely advocate as well. Like you said, community colleges, they're not what people perceive them to be, or even like a tech school. Every school has its advantages and disadvantages, even the big schools, the Ivy Leagues, the universities, but really it's not the school. It's what you do in that school. It's the effort you put in yourself. It's what you do to better yourself in your education. They're just giving you the tools. You have to apply them and use them. And you can get the tools anywhere. It doesn't matter what school it is.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'd like to say thank you so much, Taur'ee, for co-hosting with me today.
Oh, no problem.
And I'm going to take this last commercial break, and then I'll be right back.
1 2 1 2, and I say this is Tide Controller, and I'm here to talk about DipSquare. DipSquare is an online shop that specializes in unique graphic t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, and other apparel. They also offer services like personalized mugs and shoes. Did I just say shoes? Yeah, you can get sneakers with your picture on them at DipSquare. They also have tote bags and other items. Right now, you can save on t-shirts every day by using the discount code ILOVETEES. That's ILOVETEEZ. You get 14% off because every day is Valentine's Day at DipSquare. So check them out online at dipsquare.com. dipsquare.com.
What's happening, everybody? I would like to thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Conversations with Tony on Taur'ee G. Campbell, the podcast. This has been a takeover episode by her awesome husband, Tyrone Campbell. Don't forget to check out our archive shows at TonyGCampbell.com, where you can also see the show notes for this episode. Subscribe to Taur'ee G. Campbell, the podcast, on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Make sure that you go to the website, TonyGCampbell.com, and become a Gen X warrior. Share the podcast and tell a friend about Conversations with Tony. Rate and review the podcast. And remember, be kind, be useful, and be fearless.